Good morning. We're here today to present a framework designed to directly support Sustainable Development Goal action. It's called BioSquares. The fundamental premise is to create a direct, transparent, and scalable link between everyday commercial activity and tangible, positive outcomes for our planet's biodiversity.
The core challenge is one we all recognize. There's a significant funding gap for biodiversity. But the problem is more structural than that. As it stands, there simply is no consistent mechanism to connect commercial activity to funded biodiversity projects in a way that is transparent and structured. This is the gap that BioSquares is purpose-built to fill. So, what is BioSquares? At its heart, it's a standardized unit system. Each unit, or BioSquare, serves as a direct link between a commercial product or service and a specific, funded, evidence-based biodiversity action. It's a way to translate commercial value into measurable ecological restoration. In this briefing, we'll walk through the key components of the framework. We'll start with the context of the funding gap, then move into the specifics of the unit model and its verification layer. We'll also present a pilot application called SeaRestore, and finally, discuss the potential for partnership, scalability, and collaboration with the SDG Center. As we know, marine ecosystems face escalating threats, and SDG 14 provides the mandate for urgent action. The challenge is mobilizing resources at the necessary scale. BioSquares offers a mechanism to channel commercial value directly toward SDG 14 priorities, creating a new, sustainable funding pipeline for marine conservation. Now, let's look at the operational mechanics of the platform. The entire system is built on the foundational concept of a standardized unit. This approach is what allows the model to be scalable, transparent, and consistent across different projects and partners. So, what exactly is a BioSquare unit? It represents one specific, defined biodiversity action. For instance, a unit could equal the establishment of a certain number of kelp juveniles, or the restoration of a meter of shoreline. Companies pre-purchase these units. Consumers then activate them through a simple QR interface on a product, and the action itself is delivered and documented by an approved nature protection organization. The process flow is designed for simplicity and clarity. First, a company pre-purchases a pool of BioSquares. Second, a consumer scan of a QR code on a product activates one of those funded units. Third, the partner NPO receives the directive and delivers the corresponding action. And finally, all evidence of that action is stored on the platform's verification layer. It's a clear, linear, and fully documented chain of events. Of course, in any sustainability initiative, credibility is paramount. The system must be protected against greenwashing. That's why we built a robust verification and transparency framework right into the core of the platform. It's designed to ensure that every claim is backed by clear, accessible evidence. So, the critical question is this: how does the platform ensure that every funded unit translates into a real, verifiable action on the ground? The answer lies in its data architecture, which is built from the ground up to ensure credibility and transparency for all stakeholders. The verification layer functions as a public ledger of impact. For every single funded action, there is a corresponding evidence record. This isn't just a checkmark, it includes documentation like images, video, field notes, and precise location indicators. Critically, all of this documentation is made publicly visible. This transparency is what builds trust and provides real assurance for everyone involved. To move from concepts to practice, we've launched SeaRestore. This is the foundational marine application of the BioSquares model. It serves as our proof of concept, demonstrating how this framework can be applied specifically to address the priorities outlined in SDG 14. The SeaRestore pilot is our real-world testbed. Through this initiative, we are actively defining specific biodiversity units for marine settings, refining the onboarding process for our partner organizations, and field testing the practical application of our evidence requirements. It also demonstrates the public visualization of funded work and the functionality of consumer activation on actual products. The long-term vision for BioSquares extends beyond a single application. Our goal is to create an ecosystem for global impact. This requires a scalable platform, compatibility with global data standards, and a model that encourages broad, multi-sector adoption. To ensure scientific rigor and interoperability, our data architecture is aligned with established standards. As you can see, our structured metadata is designed for compatibility with the Ocean Biodiversity Information System, or OBIS. This includes using OBIS regional frameworks for geographic context and linking our actions to recognized habitat categories. ensuring the data we generate contributes to the broader scientific community. The model's strength lies in its versatility. It's not limited to a single industry. It has been designed for adoption across consumer goods, like apparel and food, as well as services, such as tourism. It also applies to digital products and events, like ticketing. This multi-sector approach is essential for achieving the scale needed for significant global impact. To put the opportunity into perspective, consider this number. Over 4 trillion consumer products are produced annually. Even a small fraction of these products linked to a BioSquare would represent a massive mobilization of resources for biodiversity, a new and powerful stream of funding channeled directly from commerce to conservation. Fundamentally, this is an exercise in partnership, aligning perfectly with the spirit of SDG 17. The framework is inclusive by design, accommodating multinationals, SMEs, and independent brands alike. It empowers local NPOs by providing a consistent unit structure, fostering the kind of transparent, cross-sector cooperation that is essential for achieving our shared goals. This brings us to the final part of our briefing, a pathway to collaboration. We see a clear opportunity for this framework to support the work of the SDG Center, and we would like to propose several potential areas for strategic dialogue. We have a clear, phased roadmap for development. We are currently in Phase 1 with the SeaRestore implementation. Future phases include leveraging AI for product mapping, assessing the creation of a unified verification symbol, broadening adoption across more sectors, and ultimately, integrating with institutional reporting systems to ensure seamless data flow. We believe collaboration could be highly productive in several key areas. We would welcome the Center's expertise in reviewing our unit structures within the SDG 14 context, exploring pathways to better include small and medium-sized enterprises, and assessing our data compatibility with other marine information systems. We are also prepared to share all insights from our SeaRestore pilot. We'll conclude with a direct question to you. How can this framework best support the SDG Center's mission to accelerate marine restoration and foster inclusive partnerships? We believe the potential is significant, and we look forward to discussing how we might work together to realize it. Thank you for your time.